We just took delivery of this MKZ and it has basically every option you could want. Hey guys, hope you're doing well. We are currently inside our newest project for the channel, this 2016 Lincoln Mkz Black Label. Being a black label, it is the top of the line trim, and it has some really nice options, one of which being the most obvious above me, the panoramic roof, which is absolutely gorgeous. But it also has the center stage interior package, which means the actual headliner is finished in suede, and you get these gorgeous seats that are unique to this interior package. Now the Lincoln Mkz is just a fancy version of the Ford Fusion. Ford owns Lincoln, and these are both the CD4 platforms, so a lot of things are the same on these vehicles, which is why a lot of pieces that I have on my car come from an MKZ. Now obviously the styling is not the same, but if you strip everything away, you have basically the same car. Now I got this thing for an absolute steal, because this car has definitely seen its better days. This is actually my first insurance auction vehicle. It's something I've always been interested in, and being able to get this one, I was super excited because what definitely stands out about it is the interior. The center stage interior package is super hard to find. I don't necessarily want to call it rare because, you know, this vehicle was mass produced, but just on a casual sense, if you look it up, you're only gonna really find promotional stuff. Even on YouTube, there's only like 7 or 8 videos, so it's definitely really hard to find, but it is, in my opinion, the most gorgeous interior you can get for this platform. And it's honestly really uncanny because if you look at this interior and then you look at this one, it's pretty much the same thing. Even the little bolt covers down there are the same, so this will actually be a really nice upgrade to go into the Fusion. So these seats have this nice leather that Lincoln Ford calls Venetian leather, and then it has these Alcantara inserts with the gorgeous red accents. It's a look that I'm a really big fan of because it's basically a blacked out interior with just these subtle little red accents that you can see actually from the exterior of the vehicle. Now these seats will bolt right up into the Fusion, which is awesome, and it's going to retain all the factory features that I currently have, which are power, memory, lumbar, and heat. And there are 2 extra options you could get with these seats, one of which being cooled seats, which these do have, and the other, the massage feature, which these do not have, but it would basically just make it to where your seats could give you a massage as you're driving. Now this car fortunately does have Sync 2, which is the same as my Fusion, so to actually get all the new features working, I believe I should be able to just swap the harness if that's doable, I'm not really sure, and then use ForScan to actually enable the buttons on the screen for the cooled feature and whatnot, because everything else is going to be the same in terms of usage, but to add that cooled feature, I think that's what I'm going to need to do. But the good news is we have the entirety of the setup for it working here, so we have the seat with all the components as well as all the wiring and whatnot. But the seat swap is going to be first, and then from there we'll focus on adding the cooled feature. The design carries through to the back, which looks awesome, and then if you look right here in the center console on the back of it, there's these 2 buttons. That's because this also has heated rear seats, which I've seen done before but never in person, so we're going to try to add that to the Fusion as well. Now because it is just a button, I'm hoping it's one of those situations where you just connect it to power and then it starts working like that, but we will see whenever we start installing them. Now the timing does suck because I did just get my seats reupholstered in this blue, but the center stage interior package has been on my wish list, on actually my unrealistic wish list for a while. Never really thought I'd actually be able to feasibly go about them, but because basically the entirety of the car minus the interior is like wrecked, this was just an absolute steal and I could not pass it up. I searched about, I'd say like 800-ish MKZs online, and only 2 came up with this interior package. The other one was actually in relatively good condition. This one, again, seen her better days, so basically being able to have the entirety of the interior so we can get everything swapped over and actually upgrade a lot of nice pieces, I think is a win-win scenario. And the blue interior is going to be going to one of you guys. I am willing to open up the shipping option because a lot of you guys are asking about them but are nowhere near Dallas, so that is something that's going to come up, but just know it's going to need to be freight, so don't really know how much that would be. So did I buy this car just for the interior? Honestly, kind of. So the deal was just an absolute steal, and I just could not pass it up, and we'll be able to give a lot of new life to these pieces because these door panels, don't really want to utilize them on the Fusion. I believe they'll swap over, but they are pretty cool nonetheless. They have like that nice little red accent right there, so we'll be able to sell them to an MKZ enthusiast, somebody that just wants a little upgrade for their car, kind of like I'm doing to the Fusion. And then on top of that, we'll actually be able to utilize a lot of the other pieces and sell some pieces as well. So for like those of you guys that are wanting to do the interior blackout, you know, we've got these sun visors, the exact same roof console, which to me is a little annoying because you see that Ford has all the capability to put a panoramic roof in a Fusion and they just decide not to, but this lets you know that it's like entirely doable. And I believe one thing that I can utilize are actually these B-pillars. They look to be about the same specs as the one on my Fusion, but we're gonna see. We're gonna be taking apart this car and actually seeing what's useful and just giving some new life to the parts because this car is honestly pretty far gone. I literally just now realized that these sun visors are actually finished in suede, so I might keep these myself. We'll see. We definitely have our work cut out for us, but I'm super excited because it's gonna be a big upgrade for the Fusion. Also got some nice new stuff coming, so make sure to stay tuned. But other than that, we're gonna start getting to work. But thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.